Good morning. The time is 6 minutes past 8. You're listening to The Breakfast Show on BBC Radio Foyle. Now, she was accused of using the police computer system to snoop on her ex-boyfriend. Now, Derry-based policewoman Grainne Mullan says she's been vindicated after being cleared of all charges. But she says the decision to prosecute her in the first place has made her life a nightmare. Ciaran Shiels is Miss Mullan's solicitor. First of all, Ciaran, how did this case come before the court?
This case came before the court after Miss Mullan was aware of a campaign of harassment, and this was all ventilated before the jury by a male colleague who she had been in a relationship with. She had went to superiors within the PSNI for assistance, but events eventually culminated in her becoming aware that a piece of false intelligence had been placed on the police computer system, which is known as Niche, and that a false NSPCC complaint was in fact made against her, which led to an investigation by social services, from which she was quickly exonerated. Now, police appointed an outside police officer to investigate these matters, and he came to the case from outside of the northwest area. He effectively came with a blank sheet of paper. He knew nothing about the case, and he relied on Grainne Mullan to bring him up to speed, because a lot had been done within the previous year. So she accessed the police computer system in order to prepare various reports for him, and she made no secret about the fact that she had done so, because she included various dates, police serials that she could only have got from the police computer, and she in fact referred to the fact that she had accessed the police computer in order to provide the investigating officer with as fulsome a report as possible. So within a year of that, she then found herself being interviewed under caution for unlawfully accessing the police computer.
And the case came to an end yesterday.
Yes.
What did the judge say? The judge was Philip Babington. He heard the case.
The judge directed that the jury, she faced 11 counts in total of unlawfully breaching the Data Protection Act, and the case ran for a week actually before a separate judge, Judge Madden Finucane, and she was found not guilty in respect of 8 of those charges.
And what about the other 3?
The Judge Babington directed an acquittal by a jury which was sworn yesterday, so effectively the matter is now behind her.
And what did Judge Babington say in court?
Well, she was effectively told that she was free to go. She had relied on 2 essential defences, that all her actions were for a legitimate policing purpose, or that they were in fact in the public interest. We were of a view that things really shouldn't have come to this. We made representations repeatedly to the Public Prosecution Service that it wasn't in the public interest to bring this prosecution, and we're now very happy that this 4-year ordeal seems to be coming to an end, and that her good name has been restored. And
Grainne Mullan herself believed that this should never have reached prosecution.
No, she has been on a period of extended restricted duties. She still wishes to return to full duties as a local police officer, but it was a very unfortunate situation where a person who in fact reported herself as a victim of crime found herself as the person in the dock of a Crown Court. And
all this, of course, was said in the court.
It was indeed, yeah.
This happened over a period of 4 years since this case first started. What has the impact been on Grainne Mullan?
Well, it's obviously been a hugely stressful time for her and her family. The case was affected by the solicitors' strike and the barristers' strike. So she was effectively
that
prolonged it for her. The case was previously listed for trial. The trial didn't get on. There were difficulties with disclosure coming up to the hearing of this trial just this month, but the case ran for a week, and it's a very difficult process for anyone to go through, whether they're a police officer or not. But she's now glad that the matter's behind her, and she wishes to get on with the rest of her life.
It must affect you personally too, though, Ciaran, mustn't it? something like this?
I would have thought so. I mean, I would have thought so because, I mean, she was put through the humiliation of being interviewed herself as a suspect. And then she went through various court appearances and found herself in the dock as a defendant for day after day, effectively, with her fate in the hands of the jury, who thankfully appear to have seen this whole thing for what it was.
Ultimately, I suppose it is up to the court to decide.
Yes.
And they have. So what will she do now? She has been working. You said that she's been pared back on her duties within the PSNI, but will she continue to?
Yes, well, PSNI obviously now have to take a decision in relation to whether or not she should face any further internal proceedings. I would have thought that they would have taken good notice of the jury's verdict in relation to this case, and that they will bear that in mind when they take a decision in respect of whether or not Grainne is to face any further internal proceedings as a result of this matter.
Does she see her future within the PSNI?
She does, yes.
Okay, thank you for speaking to us today, Ciaran Shiels, solicitor.